uncontrolled.
Really?
Like this.
What stage is it?
I don't know. Japanese stage. I feel like I I kept wondering with the girls up there. We just did that one. I just walked up and took them.
That would be,
Actually, she's really
last Sunday, we didn't see the atmosphere, we talked to their own big
I'm surprised I didn't get it.
Did you see it? No, I'm wondering. What's that? Mine's like video.
yeah.
I had this coupon book. I did this coupon book. I was all these novels. When I was 15, I got it. Know about the name tags.
How you doing?
You haven't said it. I say quiet.
Yeah, it's like, how long is this going to be, you know?
Cameras go. I was You want a Kodak moment?
That's nice.
Boy, you got a cushy job. Did you have such a big wedding there?
I scoop by
That's about the right. Now it just seems to last a while with work and everything's going on my days off. It's hard to get up.
Last Sunday, we met because he was really too long for him to be out there. So stay in and we went over to Brennan's for dinner. We were down to Ryan dining and Raleigh joined us.
Careful.
You came back.
You came back.
Thursday, I had him on his knees from 1 o'clock to 5:30 in the afternoon. Isn't that right, Barb? That's a good one. I'll bet Ellen hasn't had him on his knees that long very often. And he wasn't proposing either. He did that last December. But he kept complaining about his knee. And he just kept saying, well, you know, here's what, 24? Something like that. We're down on that hard floor over there in the tabernacle. And he's complaining about a ligament in his knee. But see, all the time, I knew what was wrong. When he was out in Oregon last December, we had the pleasure of having him in our home for Christmas. And he did come up early one morning, and quite early, 5:30 in the morning or so, to come up and talk with me concerning asking Cheryl's hand in marriage. And we were very proud and pleased to have him do that. So they proceeded to go to a little resort town on the very west coast of Oregon called Seaside. Many of you maybe have been there at one time or another. But see, the real problem with his knee is in December on the beach in Oregon. It is cold. I mean, it is flat cold. Now, it's not cold like it is here. And I heard some people out there today talking about that damp air in Oregon and how it goes right through you, you know. But when you spend quite a bit of time on one knee in the middle of December on the beach in Oregon, you're probably going to have a bum knee the rest of your life. That happens to be where they were engaged. And I think they even got a couple of glasses on their tables that they bought while they were at Seaside and celebrated that day. But there's another story that I wanted to tell you too. And when Darren was really getting pretty serious, you know, his brother York was threatening to pawn the gold out of his teeth in order for Darren to buy a ring. So this was getting pretty bad, you know. And so anyway, Darren was getting pretty serious about asking Cheryl. And so he was talking to the Lord this one day, and he said, Lord, why do you make Cheryl so pretty? And the Lord answered, so that you would love her, my son. Well, Lord, I can understand that, he said. So he said, but Lord, he says, I don't understand. He says, why did you make her so cuddly and just so friendly? The Lord answered, so that you would love her, my son. And he said, well, I can relate to that, Lord. He said, you know, he says, but, you know, I've been spending quite a bit of time with her. He says, why did you make her so dumb? And there was silence there for a moment, you know. The Lord answered Darren, he says, my son, so that she would love you.
fellows that are going to help me out with a little song, and if they're ready, they can come. I've been to a lot of weddings this past year. It's really been a lot of fun. So I have, quite a little conglomerate story here. I just have a very short little poem for Darren and Cheryl. And then the boys are going to do a little song for us at the end. I did write the poem, but I want you to know and understand that I did not write this song. Instead, I borrowed it from the Olsen family repertoire. I didn't ask permission, so I hope that's okay. Eldon, I hope this meets with your approval. When you've got young folks in your house, you hear a lot of chatter. And mixed with all the nonsense are the little gems that matter. It pays to pay attention and watch who flirts with who. 'Cause sure enough, as time goes by, you see which love is true. I don't need to read a novel about some sweet romance or sad hearts being broken when they dared to take a chance. My kids and their closest friends have entertained me oh so well. You'd be surprised to hear all the love stories I could tell. It sure is fun to watch them as they hope and plan and scheme. And even better still to watch fulfillment of a dream. So before I start to shed a tear, I must hurry right along and tell you about Darren and the time he sang this song. We were traveling home from camp one year and the miles were flying by. Then from the back seat of the car, we heard Darren's mournful sigh.
I took a leg from an old piano. I took an arm from an old armchair. I took a leg from an old alarm clock. And from a horse I took some hair. I took some hair and then I put them all together with a little bit of string and glue. And I got more love from the doggone dummy than I ever got from you.